We just all need to be honest with ourselves here. When it comes to white tears, it is very detrimental to Black people. And no, this doesn't apply to all white people. It doesn't, but this applies to majority of you. If you could use your tears to get someone to lose their life, example, Emmett Till, then you are a danger to society. You are.
Hey, it's Jaliane. Rhymes with Alien. Like if you're a fan, comment and subscribe.
Hello, my name is Jaliane, and today we will be unwrapping some very disturbing things. And honestly, by the title, you can see we'll be talking about white tears, but we'll actually be going a little bit deeper than just white tears itself, since we know it's a historical thing. But we'll be talking about modern day stupidity as well. Let's get started. Talking about race is hard. It often involves hurt feelings and misunderstandings, and the words and phrases we use can either push those conversations forward or bring them to a standstill. One such term, white tears. The phrase has been used to gently tease white people who get upset at things they think threaten their white privilege. It's been used to poke fun at white people who think that talking about race makes you a insert the R word here with the IST, or that Barack Obama's presidency marked the end of America, or that it's a crime against humanity when a formerly white character is portrayed or rumored to be portrayed by a person of color. And I did some research about this whole things, and I'll be putting them up on the screen while I read them, because I went through a few websites because I love to do my research just in case. So there's one that says, when white women cry, how white women's tears oppress women of color. And this is basically telling you the foundation or how calculated they can be. Through this article, you could learn about that. When the white tears just keep coming, code switch. White Tears is a mystery, a history, a coming of age story, NPR. White Tears, White Rage, Vic Hood, and Violence in Mainstream Feminism. The Terror of White Innocence, a review of Harry Kunzru's White Tears. Moving Beyond the Privilege of White Tears, Nonprofit News, Nonprofit. Toxic Femininity, White Tears / Brown Scars. It's on YouTube. I actually watched some parts of the video, and it actually explains a good bit of this whole white tears type of BS and whatnot, but it's annoying. And the next thing we'll be talking about is this thing that's going on TikTok. It's very disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Like, if you didn't know that your fellow white people or that white people took part in this, you now know today. White women practice fake crying in newest TikTok trend, Yahoo News. And I'm putting a picture up on the screen of someone who's actually famous who actually took part in this. I got to see the TikTok. It was very disgusting, very disturbing. It is just very historical. Like, this is not anything that looks good. This doesn't look cute. I don't know who would possess a person to come online and actually fake cry and then put their face back like it's normal and do a smile. This is very demonic. White women practice fake crying in newest TikTok trend. This trend is showing the ability to falsify emotions and manipulate others. It's historical, like I said. This has a dangerous history. The manipulative Karens of America have launched a disturbing new TikTok trend in which they claim to be showing off their acting skills by crying on command, and then they stop suddenly to smile at the camera. You see what I mean? This is very disturbing and demonic. The videos, many of which can be viewed here, are triggering for some people as they serve as a reminder that white women have historically weaponized their emotions to cause violence and death to black people. And this is what I was talking about. This is why it is so disturbing, it is alarming, it is disgusting. They've basically used these tears to get people KILLED'd. And all of a sudden, there's a new trend where you cry on command and then you smile a few seconds later. This is demonic. Like, I don't care what anyone has to say, but this is very screwed up. Like, I have no positive words. I can't find them at the moment. White women have historically used their tears and their false victimhood to accuse and vilify people of color. Yep. Particularly those from the black community. One person tweeted, "This trend is showing the ability to falsify emotions and manipulate others. This has a dangerous history." I've been saying it's historical. The past year has seen entitled white women go viral for Karen incidents that have become a staple on social media. Karening has spawned endless memes and videos of white women acting up in public, and frequently their antics involve ray with the sism or some form of discrimination. Yes, they have been going crazy. They have been getting very wild out here, especially the Karen in the Victoria's Secret that was shouting and flailing, going on the floor, looking like she really was catching a seizure, but she was not. She was faking it, thank you. And people were actually sympathizing with her and her craziness. And she was literally telling the woman, "Get away from me." She was literally running towards her and she's telling her to get away from me. And she was telling her to stop filming. And that woman who was filming was a black woman. And when I saw that white woman's actions, I even feared for my life and I was just watching the video. So I could imagine how that black woman felt in that moment. No wonder she kept filming. She feared for her life as a black woman. And I would have feared for mine too. Like, the video is so disturbing, I can't even put it up in my own video, to be honest with you. I literally cannot. You could look it up if you want to, but it's just messy. Like, the lady looks like, the white lady, she looks like she's demonic and she has something over her and she was being possessed by Satan's second cousin. I don't know if Satan was there to do the job at the time. Like, I do not know, but it was just a mess. Like, I'm just being real. For several Twitter users, these videos have recalled the L word right here of 14-year-old Emmett Till, who in 1955 was falsely accused of whistling at a white woman. He was a teen. He was a kid. He was later murdered by a group of white supremacists. The trend of white women crying on TikTok and then snapping back to normal is not funny, actually, wrote one Twitter user. As a black person, I am constantly endangered by white tears. Thank you. The power those waterworks have over a black person's life is shown time and time again in cases like Emmett Till. And it's even shown to this day as well. Like, you could get falsely accused of something and all one of them have to do is just start crying. That's all. And you could end up getting SHOT by the cops. You could end up losing your life over her crying. That stuff is just really scary to me. And I mean, it shows who you need to stay away from. People who are narcissistic, people who are manipulative, people who think that they should always get their way in life, people who always want to win a battle that they basically aren't a part of, playing like they're oppressed while they're not, while they have the most power because of their skin. But I digress. Barbarian noted that this trend is chilling. It's more of a threat. Seems like a horror situation to me. Another Twitter user said dealing with white women can be really scary because I'm aware of the huge imbalance of power. It's so easy for them to cry or get upset, and people will almost always take their side because of their privilege. This is true. Most of them don't even have to do much. They could be lying on you 100%, and people will be like, "How could you hurt that white woman's feelings? How dare you? How dare you, Shaniqua?" Like, really? How dare Betty Sue say BS about me and then start crying out of nowhere? Betty Sue, are you okay? Like, the fragility, it is suffocating me. I cannot. I just can't. I can't. Author Farida, the two last names, we're just gonna say Farida, okay? We okay. Tweeted, "The way white women weaponize their tears is the scariest, really, most dangerous thing ever. I don't think a lot of white women understand that a lot of black people are most scared of them." I think they meant more. Anyways, are more, I'm gonna say more, scared of them than anyone else, she wrote, adding, "Then again, maybe there is an understanding and that is also weaponized." Yeah, I believe that there are a lot of white people who know what they're doing. They will cry when they get stopped by policemen that are also their same skin tone as a way to look fragile, frail, and for people to pity them, the police officers, to say, "Well, it just happened one time. Just try not to let it happen again." Like, yeah, just for them not to get a ticket. I could see that there's manipulative tactics involved with those tears. And it's going to make it very hard for a white woman who actually is in a horrible situation to express herself, because many people have been crying wolf for so long that wolf has come and bit off their head and took it and ran with it. Like, you cannot be doing this for centuries and think it's going to keep working. And when you really have an issue, just think about that. When you're really in trouble and you really have an issue and your tears are actually real, just imagine people telling you, stop crying with your white woman tears. Who cares if he SHOT you 7 times in the back? Ah, stop crying. How's that gonna look? Why? Of all times. Why now? But anyways, how is that going to look when you're actually in trouble, you're actually in pain, and you're actually hurt, and people are just looking at you like, it's no big deal. Like how you brush off the pain of black people. It's gonna be the same situation very soon, because that trend has allowed many people to open up their eyes, which I didn't need to do because I noticed this was happening for a long time. But anyways, I digress again. Let's go. A Twitter user with the handle You Only Mine wrote, "The reason white women are able to get away with this is because of white super, yes, and patriarchy together. White men see white women as helpless vicks who need to be protected and soothed like children. Patriarchy teaches white women to buy into that helpless role." Another user pointed out that there's a book called White Tears / Brown Scars on this topic, and the YouTube video as well. There's a YouTube video, yeah, which I talked about in the beginning of this. Yeah, okay. Meanwhile, BET has dropped the trailer for the upcoming thriller Karen, which takes the threat of white fragility to terrorizing new heights, as reported by the Grio? As reported by the news article GRIO. And you know something? That was terrible. That was horrible, I will admit it. But let's move on to another foolish situation again. Because why not? We're already here with the fake tears. Why not just talk about another white woman while we're at it? All right. She's up on the screen right now. Lindsay Shaw. You know, if you want to read some information about her, I could. No, actually, no, I'm not going to even. I'm not even going to read about her. You can pause this video and read her information. The most I will tell you is she was born May 10th, 1989. She's an actress or whatever. Listen, at the end of the day, if you want to read more about her, you can always pause this video, like I said. But let's move forward to what she actually did. So, it says, Lindsay Shaw criticized for mocking TikTok trend from black creators. Remember, she's a white woman mocking a trend on black creators. Why is a white woman getting in black people's business when it comes to creativity or anything at all? Did we ask? Former Nickelodeon star Lindsay Shaw gets blasted for mocking a viral TikTok. See what I mean? Ned's declassified personality Lindsay Shaw leaves social media in wake of TikTok racial controversy. Of course. Why not just leave? Why not just flee? She has the power to do so. Now let's read comments about her and her foolishness, because people were not taking it well. People were not. 1. She was mocking a dance she wasn't even executing correctly. 2. Weaponized tears. And yes, she did come make an apology, which, listen, that was not an apology video, but I'm not going to even leave a link to it because it was not an apology video. It was not. Like, I'm not going back on my words. It just was a bunch of tears indeed and fakeness. And yeah, let's continue. 2, weaponized tears. 3, can they just stay out of our business? Scroll past black content, period. And I agree, if you don't have nothing positive to say about the content that the people are posting who are black while you are white with no creativity, might I add, then keep it moving. Nobody did not ask for your opinion on how the people in the video were dancing. And yes, it was black men in the video dancing, having a good time. I saw nothing wrong with it. The video wasn't even bad, but she had to come and act dumb and say, is this where we have come, or some foolishness. And I'm over it, really. I'm just over the constant foolishness. I'm over it. And the entitlement to believe that you can just stick your head in any hole and your head will come out with a freaking golden crown if you're white. I'm so over that mentality. Like, I know not every single white person feels this way or thinks like that. Like, I get it completely. But there is enough white people for us to actually raise an eyebrow and be like, what? Like, it's to that point. Like, it is. Do white women have a genetic screw missing? Someone said yes, but you know, I mean, if that's you as a white woman, then you may need to go to therapy. But you know, it is what it is. Like, I can't tell you what to do with the life that you live, regardless if you're being destructive or if you are actually trying to be a so-called ally, and I have a video on why white people can't be allies. Hopefully you'll check it out. I'll put it up here in the cards. I'll put it up here, yeah, in the iCards, so you can check it out and whatnot. It's an unpopular opinion video, but let's continue. White women have mastered the art of weaponizing with tears. We are on to them. They've been doing this for centuries. We should have been on to them a few hundreds of years ago, actually, but who knows? Probably 99% of the world will be onto them by 4287. You never know. 4287 is right around the corner after my great 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 great. Yeah, it's so many greats that I'm just gonna give up at this point with that. Like, yeah, okay, let's continue. These tears after you've been negative about us. This isn't the S word with the re at the end of it. We are no longer forced to accept your disrespect. We stand in our power, and that cry me a river act is no longer a ledger for innocence. Thank you. White women claim to be so intelligent until it comes to disrespect of the black community. How convenient, SMH. And I'm going to be honest. Yes, they do claim to be intelligent, even more intelligent than black people. Why are you not intelligent when you disrespect us now? Why are you suddenly down in IQ points when you disrespect a black person, or you insert the R word here to people, or you discriminate? Why is it all of a sudden you weren't smart enough? I call BS. But that's just me. She wanted the attention and she got it. She's crying so she can get more attention. Girl. White girl tears have always been powerful. Yes, they have. They have always been powerful and dangerous at the same flipping time. Like, I just can't. I cannot. I can't. White women's tears automatically makes me think of all the innocent black men and women, thank you, whom were executed or murdered since this country's inception. And there were a lot of them. There were a lot of them. Not just the men. Okay? I'm sorry if you were offended while releasing nothing but fake tears. Yeah, I hate when people say that. I'm sorry if you were offended. Not, I'm sorry that I was an a-hole and I hurt a lot of people. I should have never said that. Nothing like that. It's a, you got offended? Well, that's too bad for you. I really don't like it. The fake apology, I cannot. I wish people would stop saying, I'm sorry you were offended, and start saying, I'm sorry I was offensive. I love it. I agree. Those fake apologies always put the responsibility on the Vic, and that is completely true, making the Vic believe that they're the ones at fault, which they are not, contrary to popular beliefs. She got that fake crying down to a T. She won that fake crying challenge most definitely. Yup, that TikTok challenge, she would have probably won the gold medal. Like, or probably after that other stupid girl or woman or whatever who decided to cry and act foolish. Yeah, I'll put her picture back up on the screen so you can see her one more time. Yeah, okay, good. There go those white women tears we all know and love. Who are we? Like, whoever loves them are people who are just as calculated as the people who do them. And that is saying enough for you to understand that I don't think there's many black people who want white people to cry near them and have them executed or killed. Just saying, just saying. I'm sorry you were offended, as opposed to I'm sorry I offended you. Thank you for correcting that fool, because at the end of the day, she's not really sorry. Most people who put out apologies with, I'm sorry you were offended, are basically telling you, I'm not really sorry at all. Like, I just have to post this apology just because. So I'm just gonna fake it all the way. And that's what most of them end up doing. Writing a bunch of BS that looks the same over and over and over. And don't get me started about the people who say, I will educate myself. That's another, listen, oh my God. They will educate themselves after they said the R word, after they have discriminated against someone. They will act like they didn't know. How are you more educated than a person, and you are out here saying that you didn't know that Ray with the schism was wrong, that saying the N word was wrong? Who's really smart here? Is it really you? Because I don't think so. I would never walk up to someone and tell them a derogatory term and then say, oh my gosh, I offended you? Well, that's all on you though. Like, Lord Jesus, give me strength. Let's continue. After seeing that fake tears TikTok challenge, I ain't never believing them folks again. And this is what I was saying. When you really need to be believed as a person who is white, you will not get believed, because this TikTok challenge has shown that there are white women who are calculated and demonic, and they are wolves in sheep's clothing who can cry on command and demand. And that is very scary. And a lot of people will look at that TikTok and they will be turned off by it. They will be horrified. They'll be insert other words here, because honestly, my vocabulary isn't limited about the situation, but it's not really a lot of positive words that I have to say. It really is not. Their tears always have the opposite effect for me. I always find it extremely humorous. These tears move y'all. I'll be honest with you, I don't find it humorous. I find it very scary. It's uncomfortable. It's historical. Like I've said so much times in this video, I guess you need to just have a drink of water every time I say the word historical, starting after that one. So yeah, it's not funny to me, because people have lost their lives over this. I can't over something like this. No. LMAO, they quick with the tears. Yep, that's the attack point, I guess, or their tears is their defense point and their attack point. It's the I'm vulnerable, but I'm also a python with venom that can end your life. Like, that's what I'm getting from it. Like, I don't know if anyone else is getting that from white tears, or probably if it's just me alone, but who knows? Who knows? Pick which fire you add flames to carefully. I hope she takes the value of this lesson. She probably will not. Most people who are at her level of ignorance, they probably will not. Aren't we over white women's tears? Yes, since the beginning of time. I guess for me, since before I was born, I was over it. Then I was born into this world and I saw it and I was like, wow, yikes. Wow. I cracked up at her desperately trying to do their normal weaponizing of white women's tears, and that ish ain't work. I agree. It did not work in her favor at all. She got dragged and it was well deserved. They shut those tears on and off like a light switch. Their body is a home for the light switch, so I guess, yeah, they do. And I think that that is the most scariest thing, the fact that they could shut it off and on and off whenever they want to, whenever they feel threatened, or when they want to get in someone's business and someone puts them in their place. But this does not apply to everyone. Once again, like, I'm not putting any disclaimers in this video, but I'm just saying that this could never apply to every white person, because I don't think that every single white person on this planet has time to be doing this. But, you know, there's a lot that do have time, so I'm digressing again. Whoa, I didn't know tears only came out of one eye. Yup, crocodile tears. She is clearly Gen X. I'm not even going to get into that. She mad because she couldn't get the dance right. That's what I was saying too. The "I'm sorry you were offended" shows she doesn't mean it. She's sorry people got offended, not that she offended people. Yeah, I just think she's not sorry at all. She's just trying to come online and just show tears to see if she'll get any sympathy, like to see if she'll get other people to say, "Stop harassing her, stop hurting her." Like, it's very annoying. The white girl fake tears challenge has made their tears obsolete. I'm going to be honest with you, it should have been obsolete way before that. Like, that took too much time. And I hope you learned something from today's video, because to be honest with you, hopefully it shows that anyone who is in actual trouble, who is a white woman, will not really be getting believed like that by other groups of people because of TikToks like this. And I do not blame other people. People like me, we feel very uncomfortable because when we see those tears, we just see how historical, grab a glass of water, I guess, how historical it is. Water again. So it's not really looking good from my point of view with the tears. But if someone is a Vic, like, I do have sympathy for them. Like, I'm not a heartless person who would say, she's white, so let's not believe her, because white tears, it's been around forever, since before 1444, like, let's just not believe her. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say here, but I'm just saying that there's a lot of people who will not believe you regardless if you are really in trouble as a white woman or you're faking it as a white woman. But in most cases, I know when a lot of them are faking it, or a lot of you are faking it, because they always look for a certain element. They look for pity. They look for someone else to be thrown under the bus, aka the person that they're actually being the perpetrator towards. But this video would be way too long if I had to talk about something like that. But in all honesty, white tears are very detrimental to black women and black men. And honestly, I don't have much positive things to say about it. But if you learned something today, it would probably be to stop using your white tears if you're a white person for evil. Only use it when it is a moment where you need to use it, not to call the police on someone, not to get someone at your job fired for not speaking to you. Yes, they do that too. Like, let's not act like there are people who don't do that. Use your tears for what they are really supposed to be meant to be used for: real life dangerous situations, or if you're getting married or whatnot, use it in happy ways. But history has shown that it hasn't really been used that way. And honestly, I hope that one day a lot of white people just stop doing this BS. Like, do we have to wait until 44, 37? Do we have to wait that long? Like, I'll be dead by then. I really will. But if anything, I just want everybody who's viewing this video to know that this isn't every single white person, but it's enough of a problem since it became a trend. And before it was even a trend, it was an issue too as well. Let's not act like it wasn't. Thank you. But it's not every single white person that does that. Not every white person applies in this video. This is just for the foolish people who are taking part in this and not realizing how damaging it really is, this foolish trend. Ugh. And with that said, don't be too problematic. Be as polite as possible. I'll see you next time.